Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new here and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now, I have a bit of a bougie video for you today because I'm actually going to be reviewing Huda Beauty's newest release. So I'm not gonna lie, did not expect to be buying this palette whatsoever. However, Boots did like a 20% off like premium beauty, so I think with the discount it was like £46 or something. But my beautiful friend and one of my patrons, Sarah, she actually managed to get me like a staff discount, so I actually only paid like £42 for this, so I could not say no to that. Today's video is all about this. I'm so excited. If you've not seen this before, this is like Huda Beauty's like Christmassy release palette, and this is called the Naughty Nudes, and oh my god, I'm so excited. So I don't normally buy the Huda palettes when they release. I normally wait a while and get it on discount or off Depop or something, but I've never bought a Huda palette like at actual release. I'm very excited to have this. But yeah, it is just another nude palette, so this might not be for everyone. It is very expensive as well. It's £58, so that's why I got it on discount. I would not have paid full price for this, but let's get this open. So I love the packaging, by the way. It's like really like, I don't know, like sexy, like nude maroon vibes. Absolutely love it. So this is what the palette looks like. It is very beautiful, I must admit. Huda does a lot of like light pinky nude palettes. This one is like a dark nude palette, so like, you know, the deep nude, the little mini ones. This is just like a big version of like a darker nude palette, and I absolutely love it. And I don't know if you can see, but this shade is so strange. If I just zoom in on that, if I just show you up close, how odd is that shade? It's honestly, I can't even describe it. It's like they've dropped like little bits of pigment and then put like a gel base over it. It's so odd. I haven't touched it yet. I'm literally saving it for this video because it is just honestly so odd. I've never seen anything like that before. So that shade is very unique in this palette. I mean, a nude palette is not unique whatsoever, but some of these shimmers look absolutely stunning, and I love a good like nude palette, and I love Huda as well, so I am excited to try this despite it being like another regular nude palette. Anyway, let's get into trying this. So yeah, I've told you the price, £58. Not really much else I need to tell you or inform you on. That is the palette. It's very bougie and expensive. I'm excited to try it though, so let's get into the swatches. So these are the first and second rose swatch. So as expected, the mattes are super pigmented. All the shimmer shades are all super creamy and pigmented. I absolutely love the Huda shimmers because they're such good quality, but I'm not going to swatch that weird shade. I'm going to obviously swatch the last row, but apart from that, because I want to actually do that live on camera. So let's get into the last row. And this is the last row without the obviously like weird shade, but how pigmented are these? Like seriously, look at that like maroon shimmer. Like, I'm sorry, but that is exceptional. Like, oh my god, it's just such good quality. I cannot deal. Right, before I get into the eye look, I do obviously want to stick my finger in this very odd shade. So as I showed you earlier, please, I hope you can see that, it's got like drops of pigment in it and then like a gel base over it, so I haven't touched it. I'm very worried. I don't want to actually muck up the pigment shade, but let's give this a go. Oh, it feels really bumpy. That is what's come out on my finger. Has that even done anything? What? That is very odd. Oh no, I don't know if I like that. It is like a gel formula. I wonder if I like proper poke my finger in there. Yeah, look, it just like, the more you like rub your finger in there, the more obviously pigment you get out of it. But oh my god, that is odd. That's the second one that I just did. Yeah, that is very odd. I don't know what the purpose of that shade is. Like, I don't know. I don't get it, and I'm not sure that I like that. It says, one never seen before gloss with encapsulated bronze and berry pearls. How to use slippery. Use alone on the lid for a quick eye look using your finger or a flat brush. Use your finger and dab onto the lid to blend the pearls and gloss for a glowy and shimmery pop of colour. Use as an eyeshadow base to build up and intensify any eye look. Add slippery to your inner corner or lower lash line to highlight and brighten any eye look. Okay, so it's a bit of a like mix of everything shade. I might use it as a base underneath a shimmer. I might use it, just a very, very odd shade. Obviously, it's never been done before, so a lot of people are probably going to be like, what the hell is that? But it's interesting, it's different, it's unique. Fair play to Huda for doing something different. So let's get into the eye look. Okay, so this eye look is not going to be anything different or revolutionary. It's just going to be a brownie nude eye look. But if this is the type of looks that you like to do, then maybe you'd want to recreate it. Don't know why you'd want to, but just an option. So let's get into the palette. I'm so excited. I love Huda eyeshadow palettes, so I know this is going to be amazing. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm just going to be doing a simple nudie look, so let's get into it. I'm firstly going to take this shade here, which is called Hypnotic, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put that all in my crease. I don't think I'm zoomed in enough. There you go, that might be a little bit better. But this is a very light nude. We're going to use that to just whack in the crease first of all. So that is what Hypnotic looks like. It is the lightest like beigey nude. Like they have this one in here, but obviously that is a like pinky colour, and I'm probably not going to use that. I do want to keep this like a brownie nude kind of look. It's quite pigmented considering how light it is. I was quite surprised. I, to be honest, don't expect anything less from Huda because she just kills every eyeshadow palette that she does. But the next shade I'm going to take is Rough, which is this one. I just realised the names are like saucy, like Rough, Spicy, Arouse, Desire, Hard, Please Me, Shameless, Filthy, Passion, Flower Power, Untamed. Love it. So I'm going to take Rough and just build that up in my crease area. I'm next going to go back in with Hypnotic, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that to blend out this crease. And I'm just going to go back in with that brush I was originally using and just kind of use that to blend the edges together, just because some of that looked a little bit harsh. Next I'm going to take Naughty, which is this brown down here. Sorry, the shade names are making me like giggle a little bit. I feel like a teenager. Right, so I'm just going to take Naughty and I'm going to add this. Oh my god, I'm going to add this to my outer corner just to make some depth there. It will look a bit rough at first, but don't worry, we've got this. And then I'm going back in with my blending brush and a little bit more of Hypnotic just to blend kind of like swooped this out a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I've really mucked it up. It's not the palette's fault, it's mine, because I literally don't know what I'm doing. All I wanted to do was do an deeper outer corner, but I've ended up with this. It's fine, we'll get back to that. So these are kind of the shades I'm going for on my lid. I can deepen up the outer corner and stuff when I've cut my crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut my crease with this slippery shade, I think. rather than going in with a base and cutting my crease, if that makes sense. So let's give that a go. Okay, so I've done my half cut crease. I think you can see that off of the light, but we're going to do one eye at a time because I don't know if this is going to dry. So while it's still a bit glossy, I'm going to put the shimmer on the top and see if it works. So for the shimmer, I think I'm going to take this Tantric shade here. Okay, so that is the cut crease, and I mean, it definitely works. So I feel like this would be good for someone who is not like very confident with cut creases. I feel like this is a good way to like get your practice in, because there's not like, I don't know, it's like with a cut crease product, obviously you could easily muck up because if you go over the line or whatever, whereas because this is like a gel consistency, it's clear, it's, I don't know, it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. I'm not saying this is amazing and I would keep using this for cut creases, because I like doing my cut creases with a cut crease product, so I would continue to do that. I feel like it's not as precise as a cut crease product. I don't know, I just feel like because there's no like base underneath, there's not like a super defined line, if you see what I mean. Like, it doesn't look too bad, like, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look as precise as I feel like it would with a cut crease product. So don't get me wrong, it definitely works, and as an eye base, just an eye base. I'm not sure about any of the other ways to use it, but for me, this is not something that I'm going to continue to use to do my cut creases like I would have just used a normal cut crease product. But now I know that it can be used as a base for the shimmer shade, so there we go, we've learned one thing from this palette. So I'm gonna go and do the other eye off of camera and then I'll be right back. Right guys, so these are my half cut creases. My conclusion on the slippery shade is that it works fine for an eye base, like not necessarily just for cut creases. I don't mean it in like just for cut creases, like as an actual base for the shimmer shades. I think it works really well. With these shades though, this shade in particular, just to do with this shade though, I think an extra layer with your like finger like tops it off and makes it like incredibly foily. Like my lids look literal wet right now, like actual like molten gold, like they look insane and I absolutely love it. So the slippery shade is useful. It's just not something that I will use all the time. I mean, I might even use it when I use this palette, but it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, this is like an amazing, like revolutionary, like new shade. Like, it's just very strange, very unique, and obviously credit for Huda for trying something completely new and different. Now I need to find a shade to blend out the gold into my crease. I think I'm going to take this bronzy shimmer here, which is called Please Me. I'm just going to take a little bit of it. I don't want to put too much down. I just want enough to blend out the gold. Honestly, these shimmers and foils are just like out of this world. Perfect, so that's all blended out now. I have got a tiny bit of fallout from those shimmer shades, but to be honest, I like completely expected that because they're not like a smooth like shimmer foil. They are, as expected, like more chunky, but in a good way. Like, they make your lids look wet in a good way, you know. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to take this one here, which is called Untamed. And I'm just going to put that like all the way across. So that is the shade Untamed, very pigmented. Like, honestly didn't expect anything less. Like, all the shades so far have been really pigmented, really easy to blend out. Honestly, this is just such good quality and it shows. I mean, I know the palette is so expensive, but you do pay for the amazing quality. Okay, and last step is the inner corner and brow bone, and I think I'm going to take the shade Flower Power here. It's like the lightest shimmer. All the rest of them are quite dark, so I'm gonna use this one Well, I hope it's light. So let's give this a go. So that is the inner corner and brow bone. That's the other like shimmer formula. So there seems to be like mattes, foils, and then like, not duochrome. I mean, there is a couple of duochromes, like this passion shade here. This one, sorry, you can see that that is a duochrome. That one looks to be one as well. This one is kind of just one of those like marbly effect ones. It does feel super soft and creamy, and look how stunning that is. I mean, okay. Yeah, so it applied really lovely. It looks really nice and blinding. So this is the eye look completed. I'm going to now hop off camera. I'm going to put my lashes, mascara and lipstick on, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Right guys, so I'm back and this is my completed look. So for my lashes I used the Unicorn Cosmetics Peachy Pie lashes. My mascara is again the Essence Lash Princess mascara. And my lips, I have got a Huda lip on. This is the Demi Matte lipstick in the shade Revolutionaire, I think. Is that what it's called? My lips feel a bit tingly. I'm not sure that's a good sign. But anyway, moving on. So this is my completed look. Of course, is just like a regular nude look. Let me know down below if you like what I created today. I would also love to know down below in the comments what you think of this palette, because I mean it is super expensive. £58 is not an affordable price. So yeah, I would love to know your opinions and down below. But let's now sit down and talk about the palette. So firstly, I absolutely love the packaging. I love how she's just like mixed it up and put the name of the palette all the way across, and then there's also the like nude in the back. This packaging is similar to the Mercury Retrograde in the sense that it's like more of that like plasticky clear packaging, and then obviously it's not clear on the front, and obviously the way that it's laid out as well, this is like the Mercury Retrograde palette. So I love the packaging. The shades in here are super good quality. I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't a shade that I used today that I thought okay, is this really like in a £58 palette? The one shade that is gonna make a difference with this palette is that slippery shade. It's up to you whether you think it's worth buying to try that shade, because I mean this is not really affordable. This is £58 and I know this shade has like never been done before, but I think that's just something that makes it super unique because no brand has ever done that before. So I am really impressed with the quality. I'm impressed with this slippery shade because it did actually work as a base for my shimmer. It's just, in my opinion, just not something that I'm going to use every time I want to do a cut crease. I will just use my like normal cut crease products, but of course that's just me. But I think even if you just like whacked it all over your lid and then put the shimmer on top, it would work absolutely fine. The quality is just amazing. The shades are super pigmented, like really rich in pigment. It's just so impressive. The shimmers are what do it for me with these Huda palettes. Like yes, the mattes are amazing, no denying, but the shimmers in Huda palettes, especially like these ones, like the Mercury Retrograde one as well, is incredible. It's just so worth it. If you love your nude palettes and you want to treat yourself to something super bougie, but something that is amazing quality and every like formula in here is incredible basically, then I definitely recommend it. Obviously this is just another nude palette, it's nothing revolutionary, so some people are just probably gonna hard pass this, but I really like it. I'm a big fan, I'm not gonna lie, I do really like it. I absolutely love it actually, in all fairness. I'm obviously gonna reach for this again because it is a nude palette and I do wear nude shades more than colourful looks, like when I go out kind of thing. When we are eventually allowed to go back out, I will use more nude shades, so I am definitely going to reach for this palette a lot more. There isn't really any negative things I can say about it. Maybe there was a little bit of fallout with the shimmers, but that was expected because those foils are a little bit more on the chunky side. So I would just probably advise doing your eye makeup before you do your base makeup. I have to keep referring back to this slippery shade because I feel like this is going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people, whether they buy it or not, and I think it's definitely an interesting shade definitely unique, never been done before. I think it's worth giving it a go just to see if you get on with it. I mean, I know it's a very expensive palette, but apart from the slippery shade, like if you just take out the slippery shade, it is a stunning nude palette, and I love all of the shimmers in here. This shade just makes the palette a little bit more interesting, I guess, and a little bit more unique than other nude palettes. But yeah, this palette does get a thumbs up from me. Very sorry guys, but I do think it is amazing, and I knew it was going to be anyway because I absolutely love Huda palettes and didn't expect anything less. So I'm definitely going to recommend this palette. It's not something you necessarily like need in your collection. Like, it's not something that you need to go out, run and grab now. I only picked this up because I had such a good discount on it. So maybe wait for like Black Friday or to see if any like discounts happens between now and Christmas. And then you can get it for even cheaper, because that's why I bought it. At the end of the day, I wouldn't have bought it if it was at full price, because I'm stingy and I don't want to pay the full price. But I'm so blown away with this palette, and I definitely do recommend it. So I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down below. So guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below, I've just said that, but let me know down below what you think of the palette. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.